Hello and welcome to Revolution 101. This is a guided movement practice in nature mimicry to help you dissolve the human nature boundary and gain strength from an enlarged ecological identity. This practice has many benefits for cultural change agents, including increasing a sense of alliance with nature, stimulating creativity and organic thought processes, and providing a needed respite from our narrow ego identities. Nature is filled with information and instructions about symbiotic living, from which we can find inspiration to persevere in our quest to create a sustainable human culture. To begin this practice, select a natural being in its wild state in a wild environment that you wish to mimic, such as a river, a mountain, a tree, a stone, a plant, a creature, or an entire location including all of those. Ideally, you can do this practice outdoors with this being, but you can also do it indoors if you have some wilderness that you can see through a window. If you don't have any wild nature at this time, rather than selecting a domesticated plant or animal, I would recommend selecting a wild place or being from your memory that you can visit in your imagination. Standing in a comfortable position, begin to deeply breathe and focus on absorbing the sights, sounds, smells, and textures of this natural being with all of your senses. What colors and shapes are present? Do you hear the sound of wind or water or insects? What scents are coming from the soil or the trees? What temperatures or sensations can you feel through your skin? Let this sensory information wash over you until you are fully immersed in this being. And now you are going to transcend the ego identity of your human form and begin to imagine what it would feel like to become this being. Like you, this being is comprised of millions of particles, cells, and microorganisms with complex relationships with its surrounding forces and beings. Give yourself permission to lean into your intuitive understanding of the minerals, creatures, movements, or elements that are involved in this being's identity. As you take on the consciousness of this being, notice any ways that this being seems to be completely alien or radically different from your usual way of being. Allow your thought forms and personality to yield to this new, organic, layered awareness of this natural being. As you prepare to engage your body in this mimicry experience, start by awakening the cells in your face and allowing your face to relax into a new pattern or arrangement that affirms your departure from your individual identity. Let your fingers and toes join in the process of mimicry, and give yourself permission for the movements to be subtle and gradual. It's not necessary to demonstrate or dramatize your natural being from an outside observer's perspective. You are simply inviting your body to kinesthetically sample a new aspect of your earth community. As you feel more confident in your ability to stay true to the sensory information you receive from this being without feeling pressured to anthropomorphize or project onto this being, allow your body to take more risks to channel the energetic properties of this being, including its exchanges of nourishment with the other beings surrounding it. Staying with this movement, take a few more moments to fully enjoy this experience. See if you can make a mental note to remember the feeling of mimicking this being without analyzing it, just to appreciate how much you have risked extending beyond yourself to savor a new perspective on this living earth. Appreciate that this being has ways of surviving that have allowed it to flourish for a long time, and trust that it also has an important role to play in the evolution of our world. By listening with such sensitivity and respect, Consider that you are offering yourself to this being as a conscious ally that is both protector of and protected by nature. You may choose to make a promise to continue to open yourself to the teachings of other beings as you strive for balance and benevolence in our human culture. And now, as we prepare to close this exercise, take a moment to express gratitude with your body to this being that has inspired you today. Returning to your individual human self, allow yourself to pinpoint any new ways of being that you would like to integrate into your life. Be sure to write down any words or images that will help you to anchor and remember this experience in the future. Thanks so much for joining me. I wish you strong connections with our home in the wilderness to aid you in your work to bring about radical change in our culture. We need every single one of us to heal this world together.